have any knowledge of.
Well, I'm putting myself in the same light. I should not be able to, we should not be able to move any money around within what we're trying to get accomplished here, other than how the budget was intended.
I think you got state laws and the laws that govern the board, the town charter. You got all kind of laws that forbid anybody on this board from doing anything like that. You already have sufficient laws and so forth forbidding it. You want to recreate the wheel.
Well, no, I'm pointing out my concern, and if you can tell me that that's not a justified concern, I don't have a problem with it.
Well, personally, and I was at one time an auditor. Okay, so and really, I don't see a problem in what you're talking about. I don't see. I mean, the problem that you're mentioning, I don't see it as being a problem.
Okay.
But
Nancy, do you agree?
Yeah, I have a from the state. It comes from the state manual. I can make you a copy of what they say about interim budgets.
It just makes me nervous when you start talking about moving money around between line items without limitation and without a report being required.
As long as you don't exceed that $210,000 or the $377,000.
Right, and I assume any large sum of money you would move between line items within a department would just break the other piece of the department, but okay.
But they're saying that I can move money if, like in the street department, if Larry has a line item that's overspent and this one is underspent, I can rob Peter to pay Paul more.
But you couldn't pull from money that's for example, being appropriated for expenses incurred during the 3 months and put it as a bonus.
No.
Even though it's all within the same department.
No, the only thing I can do with this money is pay salaries as they exist right now.
Okay.
And that's all.
Okay.
And whatever benefits, through Social Security and retirement and health insurance and 401k. Yeah.
Is this going to affect, now I know our percentage of retirement goes up at July 1st. That will.
That's reflected.
That is reflected in that. Okay. I know you've got what, 1.5% or something like that.
But you mean as the cost to the town?
Yeah,
for
our cost as well
for retirement.
And effective as of July 1st.
Right.
I'm wondering if this interim budget does reflect that.
It has to.
That's fine. Okay, I do.
That's by law.
Thank you.
All right, all in favor, let it be known by a sign aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right, the resolution is unanimously adopted, and I will sign it, and Ms. Jackson will sign it, and it's done. This meeting is over. Thank you.
Can I say a couple of things so that we understand where we are time-wise? In order to get the budget adopted,
The meeting is over. You just make it.
Yeah,
You just talk.
yeah. In order to get the budget adopted, we have to reschedule another public hearing. Then you have to wait 10 days before you can adopt the budget. The public hearing has to notice for 10 days. So that's what kind of a time frame we've got to at least adhere to in order to get moving. And I also want to point out that right this minute, we probably have as many good things going on in Scotland as we've had in a long time. And one of them being an opportunity to put a business in that 3-story building on the corner of Main and 10th. And I have an application that needs to go to the Rural Center, and it should have been there today. And we haven't been able to meet to have board approval for it. The Rural Center has given us an extension of a week to get that application in order to put a business on Main Street.
Okay. I will call another board meeting. Whether or not we'll have attendance at that meeting, I don't know. But there are a number of items that were on the agenda that we can discuss and we can move forward with. I have tried to call other meetings for the public's consumption here. I tried to call several meetings in order to avoid the impasse in the budget or whatever. And certain members on this board have have indicated they would not come. So therefore, we are where we are. So what I would do is call another meeting. And I would like to call that meeting, and since we are in the public, and I'd like to call that meeting for Wednesday at 5 o'clock. That's when I'll call the meeting.
This Wednesday?
Okay, well, let's open the meeting.
The meeting
Can I-
is adjourned. He can't adjourn.
Okay, well, I'll call him, I can still just do that. Just make a notice that the mayor has called a meeting for Wednesday at 5 o'clock. And, we can, pass we can pass at that time the approval for that, building reuse program to go to the rural center. And there are a number of other things. We can pass the, internet cafe thing. And there may be some other things that we could pass. I'll get to you on it, and we'll call that meeting and have it, if the board members attend.
Now, we can
So-
actually recess this meeting, and we can come back in 15 minutes if we want to, or we can come back tomorrow. Or if we recess this meeting, we won't have to notice the next meeting.
Well, I've already closed this meeting, as I've been indicated, so that's that.
You gotta have a motion to
You
adjourn.
can't close it.
It's-
We got
Well,
like
we came and we considered what we had on this special meeting agenda.
Doesn't matter, you
And,
can't
well-
close the meeting without a motion from the board.
You-
Motion to adjourn.
The business that the meeting was called for has been accomplished.
I agree
Now,
with
that's
that.
the end of this meeting. The
When
meeting
we-
is
when we
actually
make
adjourned
a-
when we accomplish what we did.
Well done.
Well, I make a motion that we adjourn.
Second.
No, you can
Adjourn
close
the
it.
meeting, second.
Meeting was already closed.
No, it
All
wasn't
right.
officially.
Anyway,
Not legally.
Okay.
You may have, you
Okay.
can do what you want to do.
you can't, once we accomplish what we came here to accomplish, this is the only one item that could be considered was the item on the agenda, and that was it. That's
Doesn't
all
mean-
we could
Doesn't
do.
mean you don't have
All right,
to
that's it.
cross.
Protocol.
Doesn't matter that you got to follow proper protocol. You call the meeting to order, you adjourn the meeting properly. It's just what you do.
I
You
made a
can't
motion to
just do
adjourn.
it
Okay, well, the
because you
meeting's
want
over.
to do.
I made a motion to
All
adjourn.
right,
agree
the
with
meeting's
you.
over.
First,
In any case, the
adjourn
meeting's
in
over.
second, so.
Second.
In any case, the meeting's over.
Ah.
All right, thank you.
May I ask a question? May I ask you a question?
Ma'am, the meeting's over, you can ask your
Well,
question you want to.
Well, I realize the meeting's over, but I still would like to ask you a
Well, you can
question.
say, your mouth is your mouth, you can say anything you want to, Ms. Boyd.
I would like to know why you did not hold an official board meeting tonight and consider what you didn't get to consider last time, instead of having to call another meeting. I mean, I'm just asking.
We can't.
No, just. Thank you, Ms. Boyd, it was nice of y'all being here.
This is gonna come to an end.
Everything's gonna come to an end, Ms. Boyd.
It's gonna come to an end.
Yeah, a lot of questions are gonna be asked. People gotta start to answer questions. This is ridiculous. It's almost like we don't exist, you know, it's the most foolish thing I've ever seen in my life. It's a disgrace.
The only thing I'm
Thank
asking
you.
is to save time. You know, everybody's busy. Why didn't you hold an official meeting tonight and consider what you didn't get to do?
No, we came here for one purpose, ma'am,
That was all we could discuss.
and that's all we can discuss, and that's why,
Does-
that's why when it was
Does
done,
the
it was
rule
over.
say that?
Yes, ma'am, unless we.
Yes, ma'am, that's what it
Just tell
says.
me, the rule says that.
That's what the rule says, Ms. Boyd.
Well,
I'm not operating without the rules, I know what the rules are too.
Well, you're playing games, and this is serious business.
Yes, ma'am.
Really, I think everybody's playing games, and it's time it came to an end. I realize that not everybody agrees on everything, but when you hold a position like all of you hold, you've got to be willing to
That's-
give in this direction, and somebody give on the other side, and somehow come
Well, Ms.
to
Boyd, you have people here that have been giving for a long time. You understand?
Well,
They've been
still.
giving for
Well,
years
what do
and
you
years and
think is
years.
gonna come out of it?
Well, I hope they don't raise the utility bill, ma'am.
Well, what about all those people who lost their raises?
Well, they still can get a raise.
Well, they're not gonna get one because y'all are not gonna agree on anything.
They'll get a raise. They will get a
I just don't
raise.
get it. I really don't.